Patience is a virtue. One of the things I learned in basic training is to hurry up and wait. When I first got there, I was like, why are we sitting for so long? Like, you have no idea how boring it is to sit lined up on the hardest bench you can imagine next to complete strangers for hours, for days consecutively. This is fully intentional. The military wanted to teach us that we need to learn to be comfortable with the discomfort of waiting. Wow. I never really valued that lesson until now. How do you get past the discomfort of waiting? By doing the waiting. Yeah. So today I was in my garden and I was like, oh, I have some time to myself. It's a beautiful day. I went outside like this. I grabbed my seeds. I got my little shovel. And I was just out there listening to nature because it's never truly silent. I know some of y'all are like, you were outside for over an hour with no air pipe. Yes. You listen to the birds. You feel the vibrations. You hear the squirrels. Sometimes they'll come right near you. Like, the energy exchange is beautiful. One of those things about gardening that I never really put into like perspective is the fact that gardening is literally the art of waiting. Like, it's literally the art of waiting. You take seeds, you put them in dirt, and you take care of them in hopes of a plant, in hopes of that flower. And you could do everything right, but you still may not get it that season. It could be because the conditions were bad. It could be because of the ants ate them. Or it could just be that it was just a bad seed. But sometimes you'll plant those seeds, they'll do nothing. You plant those seeds, they'll do nothing. But then you plant a little bit more, they may kind of do like something weird. And then the seasons will change. And all of a sudden, you'll have like this beautiful bouquet of flowers and plants, and some you didn't even remember planting. You're like, oh my gosh, this is spectacular. This is so pretty, right? Well, what if the same thing is happening right now in your life? Because I feel like that's what's happening in my life. Like, I'm literally in a place of separation. I am taken away. I feel like I was taken away from people to see as far as who I am intrinsically. But that's a great thing. That's no worries, right? And now I eventually will be in a phase that I am supposed to be, where I am supposed to be seen. But everything happens in God's divine timing. Have you ever taken the consideration of the fact that I had to wait to do this because if I got it right now, mentally, I wouldn't be prepared for it? Or I had to wait for this moment to happen because I didn't have the group that God wanted around me? Or possibly, do you take into consideration that the people that were currently around you weren't your tribe? Or they may not have been as supportive, or they might just be the type of situation where you just didn't have the capacity to deal with what you knew was there, but you're not quite ready to be there yet. Oh, there's so many layers to this, like so many layers. So I believe that now everything is happening in its divine timing. I just need to do nothing, literally nothing. I need to be like the seed. I need to just, oh, I'm being covered. Okay, I'm just gonna be covered. Okay, well, guess I'll get some nutrients today. Okay, I guess I'm gonna be covered a little longer. Surprise! I'm here. Ta-da! Like, I really feel like that's what's gonna happen, because thing that makes sense. Like, I literally was outside in my garden and I just felt so peaceful and energized. And I was just like, wow, this is such a great feeling. So amazing. And then I thought about it and I was like, it's so sad that more people don't take the time to just look at the beauty of nature, to just enjoy the fresh air, to just sit in silence for the moment. Like, when's the last time you touched a tree? I know, I can hear my daughter talking about, Mom, according to you, all we need is some sunshine and some trees and we just need to sit still and garden. I'm like, yes, we talked about that last night actually. I was like, yeah, and you need some water. You need water. Water, water, water. Water is your friend. And it's just like, but I understand you're saying that, but there's more to it. I'm like, it's really not. It's really not. And the more plants I buy for my house, and the more plants I get for my yard, and the more I take care of them, the less I think about everything else. And honestly, it's just like, it's a whole vibe. And I'm hoping that my children decide to just really love gardening one day, because that is like the way to just get into nature and to become one with the earth. And it's also a great way for me to remember my grandmother, my dad's mom, because she was a farmer. And then my mom, she's a gardener as well. Like, her whole backyard has like 1 million plants as well. And she has a lot of plants in her house. So, you know, that's one of the things I got from her as well. But I also thought about the fact that everybody can't have plants. Like, most people's plants just die. And I was like, I wonder why that is. They're giving them food, they're giving them water, they're giving them dirt, they're putting them in the sun. Like, what is it? So then I thought about it. It's the energy. What kind of energy are you giving to your plants? Because, you know, they are sentient beings. They know that you're there. They actually feel your energy. They can actually, like, that's why some places just feel so good, like a botanical garden. That's why you feel like so energetically charged from being in those type of environments. And it's just a beautiful thing. It really is. As I look at my plants, I know you guys are like, who are you looking at? I'm looking at my plants. I'm literally home alone looking at my plants, and I sit and I sing to my plants. So sometimes I'm asked, who are you singing to? My plants. Sometimes I'm singing to my children. Sometimes I'm singing to my plants. And sometimes I'm singing to myself. I'm just singing because I like singing. But just know, whatever is going on, it gets better. Yes, a lot of life lessons will repeat themselves until you figure out what you're supposed to learn from it. Also, facing those pains and those discomforts head on and creating those boundaries. That's how you stop that. Like today, for instance, it was hard for me because I had somebody call me that I didn't really have a connection with at all. He's called me several times. I actually listened when he was talking, and I just realized there was nothing there at all. And I know I don't like to be, I know y'all see some of the stuff I do for social media. You're like, oh, she's actually a mean person and she likes to pick. No, I don't actually. It kind of hurt my feelings because I had to just be like, because I know I don't want to waste anyone's time. I don't want anyone wasting my time. I don't want to be that person to be like, hey, we're not gonna, I don't want to have any kind of interaction. It sounds so mean out loud, right? But like literally, like there are some people that are meant to be in your life for a season. There are some people that are meant to be there for a lifetime. There are some people that's supposed to go in passing, and then there are some people you're not even supposed to look their direction. And I will say this: how do you feel when you talk to them? How do you feel after talking to them? How do you feel when you see their number pop up? It says a lot. All right, later, y'all.